Ladies and gentlemen, American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, we're going to cover 3 national days because they're fun. First, it's bow tie day. There's some people that wear a bow tie I like, but I'm telling you, I cannot stand bow ties. I think the reason why I can't stand bow ties is my brother Jeremy wears bow ties. I just can't stand them. Number 2, it's red wine day for all you wine drinkers. And particularly, I got to send this to my good buddy Cornwallis, Jamie Spinley, the Brit, because he drinks too much wine while denying that he drinks too much wine. And while I'm fit and in shape, he's got a red wine gut. Number 3, it's Power Rangers Day. I remember buying my kids Power Rangers, watching Power Rangers, taking them to Power Ranger movies. God, they were the worst actors, the worst things. But boy, were they popular. Now let's get to business. Minnesota shooting. 9 are expected to have full recovery. The 8-year-old and the 10-year-old is deceased. 17 were injured. You know all the facts of what happened yesterday. I did a Facebook Live yesterday, and it was just horrific. And now let's cover a few more things. Robert Westman is the shooter. He changed his name to Robin with his mother's support. And he was a transgender. And he was obviously messed up. He was anti-Trump, anti-children, anti-Catholic, anti-Semitic. I mean, the guy was just a mentally ill freaking mess. And same old. Who was there to stop him? Could have stopped him, never stopped him. Kesh Patel is investigating this as domestic terrorism and a hate crime targeting Catholics. I love Kesh Patel. You should love Kesh Patel. Thank God we have Kesh Patel. I mean, this would be a totally different script if it was somebody else there. President Trump announced that crime has dropped 35% in 10 days in Washington, D.C. How you like that? Back to the Minnesota thing. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey actually, just think about this, a mentally ill transgender just killed all these kids, injured all these kids, scarred them all for life, and he has the nerve to preach about treating a transgender person. It's a bad look. Tim Walz, apparently, Catholic schools in Minnesota were concerned about protection 2 years ago, apparently asked for it, was ignored. Not even a response. The shooter, this Robert Westman, is actually related to a former Kentucky lawmaker, Bob Herlinger. I know who Bob Herlinger was. I've met him. He says it's unspeakable. I wish he had shot me instead of innocent school children. You know, it's got to really, really be tough when you are the parents and the family members of the bad guy. Not as bad, though, as being the parents of the deceased. Jen Psaki attacked prayer. Now, I do want to say one thing. If you notice that I always use a different phrase than the canned thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers has gotten so overused that when somebody says thoughts and prayers, it doesn't sound genuine. I've noticed that more and more people stay away from it. I stay away from it. But regardless of that, to attack people praying, give me a freaking break. Another bad look from the Democrats. Then we got school safety. You watch my shows, you've watched me for years and years, for a decade or more. I have called for what a lot of people are calling for now, screen volunteers, vets, cops, hunters, whoever, to protect our children at school, at churches, at sporting events, you name it. You have to assume a shooter might come there. That's why I tell my wife I have my gun at all times. And I tell her, I says, chances are I'm never going to pull it out and shoot anybody. But if I ever, at an event where something happens, I'm ready. I'm not going to be there naked without my gun. Trump apparently actually had a phone call with the Cracker Barrel people before they switched back. And they thanked Trump. By the way, all you people I'm sorry. I don't think Cracker Barrel's logo change was a woke move. I really don't. Come on, they're a Southern restaurant chain. They know who their customers are. However, I did see where they did have a Pride page, which apparently they've taken it down. But come on, Pride is not the same is transgender reaffirming surgeries. There's a difference. There's a difference between gay pride issues and the transgender issue. The DEA in New Hampshire found a bunch of fentanyl and meth arrests linked to the cartel. Think about that. The Sonoma cartel, all the way up New Hampshire. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, I ought to give her Oracle status. She announced that carjackings are down 87% in the last 20 days, 15% drop overall crime. She gives it credit to Trump. The D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser giving Trump credit publicly. That is how we change things in this country. Rather than just oppose anything and everything. Well, it was hard with Joe Biden. Oh, there was a couple things that I did support. A few. $22 billion in tariffs were taken in one day last Friday. $22 billion. How you like them apples? This is a really sad story, and it goes to show you what we're going to have to deal with AI. Teen turned to ChatGPT, my bad. ChatGPT turned to suicide of a 16-year-old in California and gave him ideas. Wrongful death lawsuit for encouragement to die. By the way, I thought about something relative to AI. I just want to remind everybody, you know, with AI can't feed you. You can't sleep. You have to sleep. You have to exercise. AI can't do that. You can't make love to a man or a woman, depending on your sex and preference, by AI. Everything that's basic and good about humanity, AI can't do it for you. Never forget that. World news. Chinese doctor Yunhai Li from Houston, Texas, is charged with theft of trade secrets of a cancer research to China. You know what? Trump's FBI's got a big task to root out all the people that Biden and Obama let in this country. Pop culture. Update on Bruce Willis. He's now apparently gone into a house where he's getting 24-hour care. It's apparently near the end of Bruce Willis's life. He's only 70 years old. Sad. Sports Without Boundaries. Deion Sanders said all the right things about his son Shiloh Sanders, the linebacker who got cut from the Bucs, talking about how he's his son, he's his father, and laying out that there's a plan for him if he doesn't get another chance. Let's face it, Shiloh Sanders is going to be okay. The Sanders family is an entrepreneur business enterprise. Shiloh will have plenty to do. Shakespeare insult of the day, don't be a barbarous, burly-boned clodpole. Just don't. So we have Oracle status today goes to Mayor Muriel Bowser, and Jack Wagon status will deliver to Jen Psaki. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.